Have you ever felt that? Like you want to make a big change in your life, but you just have no idea where to even start? We tend to look for these huge external solutions, right? But what if the most powerful tool for transformation was actually way, way simpler? Something that just needs a pen, a quiet moment, and the right question. Today, we're diving into the hidden power of a single prompt.
So, get this. Our entire source for this explainer is the cover of this one journal. And the first thing that just jumps right out is this incredible promise. A self-discovering journal of 90 prompts to transform your life. I mean, wow, that's a bold claim. It's not just saying it'll help you organize your thoughts, it's claiming it can fundamentally transform you. So, naturally, we've got to investigate that.
And that brings us to the big question, doesn't it? The core of this whole thing. How can a prompt, just a simple question on a page, actually unlock some kind of profound personal change? Is it just about writing stuff down, or is there something much deeper going on here? Let's break it down.
Okay, first things first. We need to get what makes this kind of journal so different. I'm sure many of us have tried to keep a diary and just ended up staring at that intimidatingly blank page thinking, now what? Well, a prompt journal is specifically designed to fix that exact problem.
Now, what's really fascinating here is the massive shift in focus. A regular old diary, it pretty much revolves around this question. What did I do today? It becomes a logbook of what happened to you. But a prompt journal flips that completely. It asks something way different. It forces you to look inward and ask, who am I today? It's a guided tour of your own thoughts and feelings.
So what's the magic formula here? Well, it really just boils down to these three key ingredients. You've got the guided prompts. Think of them like a key, unlocking rooms in your mind you didn't even know were there. Then there's a transformative goal, that big thing you're working towards. And finally, it all comes together on a structured path, a series of little stepping stones that guide you on your journey, one small insight at a time.
Okay, so we know what it is, but now let's get into the really cool part. Why this whole process is so effective. There's some pretty amazing psychology at play when we take all that stuff swirling around in our heads and put it down on paper.
The main principle at work here is something called cognitive unloading. Just think of your mind as this super busy room, cluttered with thoughts, feelings, and memories. Writing them down is like taking each one out one by one and laying it on a table where you can finally see it clearly. You basically become an archaeologist of your own mind, uncovering treasures that were buried under all the daily noise.
And when you do that, the benefits are huge. A really good prompt helps you get around your usual mental filters. You know, those I should feel this way or I shouldn't be thinking that voices. It takes a vague, abstract feeling like I'm just unhappy and turns it into something concrete you can actually look at. It gives your thoughts structure, and over time, it helps you connect the dots and see the hidden patterns in your own life. It's powerful stuff.
All right, so we've covered the what and the why. Let's talk about the how. The journal from our source specifically lays out a 90-prompt journey. And trust me, that number is not random. It points directly to the power of process, and more importantly, habit. So why 90 prompts? Why that number? Because real transformation, it isn't a lightning strike. It's a process. 90 days is about 3 months. That's long enough to build a real, lasting habit of self-reflection. It signals a serious commitment. It says you're not just testing the waters. You're dedicating a whole season of your life to this journey of discovery.
And the daily practice itself, it couldn't be simpler. It's all about finding your little corner, a consistent space, both physically and in your schedule. Then, it's about being brutally honest without judging yourself for whatever comes out on the page. Remember, your journal is a totally safe space. And finally, it's about embracing the process and just trusting that all those small, daily insights are going to add up to something big.
All of this brings us full circle, right back to that incredible promise we saw on the cover. After the process, after building the habit, after 90 days of reflection, what's the destination? What does it really mean to transform your life?
And here it is. The biggest words on that cover are becoming yourself. And this is just so powerful. Think about it. The goal isn't to become some brand new person, some perfect version of who you think you should be. Nope. The goal is to peel back all those layers of expectations and fears and conditioning to finally uncover the authentic you that's been there the whole time.
So let's be super clear. The transformation we're talking about here isn't about reinvention. It's not about trying to create a whole new you from scratch. It's about recognition.
It's like wiping the dust off a mirror to finally clearly see the person who's been looking back at you all along. It's a journey home, to yourself.
And that really just leaves us with one final thought to chew on. If you were to pick up a pen right now, today, and start a journey like this, what would you hope to find? What parts of yourself are just waiting right beneath the surface, ready to be recognized?